Hey, it's Drew Neiser here with another Tuesday tip. This one is really important right now because it's about the stress in the workplace. And I truly believe that CMOs have an opportunity, if not a responsibility, to help address the stress that their direct reports and perhaps the entire organization is facing. So first up, Norman Guadagno from Acoustic. Norman, what's a tip that you have right now that other CMOs can do to relieve the stress that their organization and employees are feeling?
Yeah, there's a lot of stress out there. And two things. One, for the individual, I've become a big believer in the power of routine. Having a steady routine when you're working at home helps you really organize and get through your day. And two, for your teams, make sure that you visibly make yourself available whenever you can. Put the time on your calendar, or encourage people to put time on your calendar. Participate in the Slack conversations. Be available.
Be available. I love it. And I have to really emphasize the power of routine. It's really helped me. And part of it I find is easier. I've got my little routine of stretching in the morning, and I have had a walk with my wife and the dog in the afternoon. And those two moments I know are going to be consistent. Okay, so next up, Julie Kaplan of Versant Health. Julie, what are your primary tips for relieving stress among your employees?
All right, so two things, one for my employees and one for my colleagues. For employees, what I found to be less stressful these days is saying less. So I found myself trying to not respond and simply listen and mirror. The better I get at doing that, the more the stress goes down. In terms of colleagues, I've been organizing group Peloton rides, which has been kind of a fun way to connect with other people in the organization, just for fun.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay, what I thought was so great about that is part of stress relief is taking stuff off the table. I think that's just so important. Next up, we have Mke Brannan of Centric Consulting. Mike, what are your tips for relieving stress right now?
Well, I'll try to give you three quick ones. One is start every call with some connect time. Whether you're talking to the CEO or someone at the very bottom of the chain, let people connect and shoot the breeze a little bit. It's important. Second is make sure people are taking their vacation, right? We have a generous vacation policy, but we've found people haven't been taking. So as a manager, be proactive about looking and making sure they're actually doing it. And then lastly, everybody's got dates. Everyone has schedules. I know we work with a lot of cross-functional teams. I have been very diligent about calling up the bosses of people when someone misses a date and say, hey, how are they doing? I want to know if I should be, strict on the date or I should give them grace. So just understand that people are under a lot of stress and you might need to go a little gentler on people around dates and deadlines.
This is not the moment that we're necessarily cracking the whip, I think is what you're saying in a nice way. All right, there you have your Tuesday tips, some really great thoughts on the importance. And if you take one tip away from that is spend some time thinking about how you can de-stress your team and your organization. That's your Tuesday tip. Thanks for listening.